This is Lisa, and I am the absolute last person who should be talking to you about marriage since I'm divorced twice. But I learned a few lessons, and I'm interested in marriage, and marriage is at the core of what happened to the Bennetts. And also, I think, I have some insights, maybe from mistakes I've made. And what you're looking at now is my life. This is your life, Lisa Scottolini. You're seeing pictures of my family. You're seeing me as I said, I'm divorced twice from thing one and thing two. So you get to see two wedding dresses. You get to see two hairstyles. You get to see my family. You get to see my beautiful daughter, Francesca. And all of these things are interesting to me because when I look back and I get this horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach, I still feel happy. Because first, I have an amazing daughter, Francesca, and I have all my family, and I have all the love and all the insights, such as they are. And I put them into what happened to the Bennetts because the truth is, look, even the best marriage, and I didn't have the best marriage, but at least, every marriage has ups and downs and good times and bad times. And at the core of what happens to the Bennetts is a real crisis of marriage. And as you may know, crises can really bring out the best in you or the worst in you. It can make a marriage or it can break it. And I kind of wanted to examine what would happen and what did happen and what happened to the Bennetts. I should really write a book called What Happened to Lisa Scottolini. And that's probably in a way what I am writing. But I think, as you know, that there has to be some emotional truth in your novel, even a thriller. To be really compelling and to be really heartfelt, it has to feel true. And I always have you guys in mind when I'm writing. So when you look at these pictures and you're trying to figure out, what did she do to her hair? Because really, I look at these now and I know that I look like my second wedding. I should have known it was going to go wrong because I look like Elvis Presley. Like I have Glenn Campbell or Elvis Presley hair, and I paid a lot of money for it. But what I'm saying to you is this is the kind of the backdrop. Marriage, crisis, family. How do we survive and stay together or not? That's what happened to the Bennetts. And this is my life. Thanks for reading. Da 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 da. No, I'm not getting married again. Okay, we just need to be clear about this. Let's wait till people come, and then I will tell you that I'm not getting married again. I'm just wearing a veil. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the reception. I'm so glad you guys got the invitation. It's so nice of you to come. This is a very special night. Oh, Clara, beautiful. I know. This cost $3.98. Isn't that incredible? Worth every penny. I actually look better now than I did at either one of my weddings. As usual, Carla, thank you. Yes, thank you all for being here. Thank you for coming. I'm so glad you're here. It's a very special night. We'll be talking about marriage. I'll be lecturing on what not to do. What not to do. Just listen to me and take it down. Bill, how nice. Thank you for being here. Fun times, Joanne. Agree. This is for fun. This is not serious. You won't learn anything. But I just thought that would get in the spirit of the occasion. But I did notice that some people on Facebook, actually, dearly beloved, right, Sarah? Some people actually thought that I was remarrying, which is incredible because I can't even get a date. And I don't even want to share my closet, much less my life. I'm fine, thank you. But here we are, all together. I appreciate your coming to the reception. It's so nice of you to be here. I appreciate it so much. Let me begin, because we have a lot going on tonight. I wanted to talk for a minute about those pictures. We probably should have put captions on them, because some of them mean a lot to me. None of the ones that I'm in. But there's one of my mother and dad hugging. I mean, I think we need to say at the outset that marriage is a wonderful thing. It hasn't really worked for me yet. Hope springs eternal, and you never know. But I wanted to show those pictures because, it ties into the Bennetts, and we'll get to that in a minute. But in those pictures, you see, let's see. I've had two weddings, so you see, as I said, both wedding dresses. You can decide which one you like better. I was going to wear my actual wedding dress for tonight, And I went to try to find it because I really was pretty sure I had it preserved. And then I was like, no, I actually probably had it destroyed. Like I probably paid somebody to run it over with a car or set it on fire or throw it off a bridge in like a flaming kind of, you get the idea. I couldn't find either one. I can't even find like the albums. This is probably a good thing, and you have a life, so you don't need to hoot too much. But some of those pictures are really great. Thank you, Terry. My mom and my dad hugging, they were divorced. We don't always get it right in our family, but we go on. We're very human, and I'm not, honestly, I'm not afraid of showing you my flaws. Things don't always work out. But those pictures mean a lot to me, to see everybody. My brother, you can see me and my brother. I should have married my brother. That's kind of weird. Thank you, the Princess Bride, right? And you see the great thing about a wedding, even one where it doesn't work out in the end, is that it's still a collection of family. And at that moment in time, all that family was there. And I think all of that becomes part of your life. As you know, I joke about being divorced twice. I'm fine with it. Honestly, I'm very happy. A lot of people's marriages doesn't work out. Some people are widowed. We find ourselves on our own. And I think I showed you this before, that I do have an engagement ring. To clarify, I bought it for myself. I bought it recently, a couple years ago, to say to myself, stay engaged with life. And so, we find a way to make ourselves happy in this life. Not everybody is as lucky as other people. It doesn't always work out. I'm grateful if you guys, it did work out for you. But I love seeing those pictures again. I don't have a bad feeling about any of it. In life, you will have successes and you will have failures. And that's part of being a human being. But I thought I would share it with you tonight because it does dovetail with the book. And also, I do have a special guest. I thought I did invite my first ex-husband. Here he is, Thing One. He's here. This is actually a replica of him. He looked exactly like this. And I invited Thing Two. Here they are, my ex-husband. So we're all together. Isn't this just... I was sent these by a reader, and I love you guys so much because you guys get the humor in this situation. And that's exactly right, Terrier. Life builds character. And if you can't laugh at the things that have gone horribly, horribly wrong, and I mean horribly wrong, that good luck to you. So Thing One and Thing Two, here they are. But we're not going to talk about them. We're talking about me. So bye-bye. Oh, my favorite part. Bye-bye. Okay, see ya. Don't let the door hit you whatever it is. Anyway, you get the idea. But why does all of this matter? It all matters because of what happened to the Bennetts. And I just want to touch base and sort of explain why. Because you know that I like these things to be a little bit of stuff that, inspired the book or gave rise to it, or the kind of stuff that you'll read the book, but you have to know where I'm coming from a little bit, or at least I get to tell you that, and I appreciate you listening. And really, briefly, if you remember what the plot's like, it's this lovely family, the Bennetts. They're driving home from a field hockey game one night, and they're in the car, and Jason Bennett's the dad, and all of a sudden, horribly, they are carjacked, and the carjacking goes terribly, terribly, terribly wrong. And the worst thing they can imagine happens. That very night, they are put into the witness protection program. They're sent to Delaware. They all of a sudden have to change their life. And we talked last episode, and I'm not going to repeat it, but just how they're sent there, and it's kind of like a ghost town in the summertime because it's a beach community, but in the winter. And there's a ghost forest, and they feel like there's ghosts in their house because of this horrible cataclysmic event. Because anybody who's married or has been, or been in any kind of relationship, you know that you're going to get crises. Things are going to happen that are external to you, right? Bad things that you didn't invent. Not only the stuff that you invent happens to you, but the stuff that's extrinsic. And so those kind of crises come along in marriages, and those are parts of the ups and downs. And when the crisis is bad enough, it's the kind of thing that can either make the marriage or break the marriage. And this, all of my novels, whether it's like Eternal or the next one, Sacred, or this one, or any of the standalones, they're about a family. And it's about a family in this one in particular, in probably their worst nightmare. And at the core of this family is a marriage that they thought was pretty solid. Now, the dad in this book, Jason, really comes from my dad. And there are people on this who knew my dad. And he had Preach. Thank you. He had a wonderful, lovely personality, and he was a very sweet, just a quiet, easygoing man. And what I liked about him and what I sort of thought about for Jason, and we mentioned a little about Jason before, I won't repeat that, but that my dad never thought of himself as a hero. He wasn't like Mr. Outward in your face, like some people we know. But he was always there for me. And in a way, he was my hero. And I really wanted to examine a little bit about how important dads are. And when they're good, how much of a gift that is to a daughter like me. But in this book, the other part of the marriage, of course, is the woman. And those of you who read me a lot, and thank you for that, because I know so many names, know that I've always been, I think, really proud of writing books that have really strong, independent women like we are. I mean, we're not the second bananas that were pictured in a lot of fiction or movies or TV. And so I was like, this character, this wife is named Lucinda. And what I like about her, and kind of what dovetails about these pictures that I showed you, is that she is a family photographer. She does weddings. She does studio portraiture. And it's so interesting vis-a-vis today because in a way, we're all kind of family photographers, aren't we? We're all taking our own pictures of our family and we putting them up. I always think the best example is the holiday card. You know, we all know what it's like the moment before the holiday card, you find the final one. I do when it's all the dogs. Even the dogs don't even behave, but at least it's not like me or a family. They have to keep everybody in line and don't blink and smile and, you know, look natural when you're anything but. And this character, Lucinda, knows that. And part of what she's done as a photographer is kind of create images for families. And to a certain extent, she has created an image for her own family. Not just on social media, because on this car ride home after the field hockey game, she's posting on Facebook. That's not bad. She's like all the team moms. Here's a picture of Lori. Yay, she got a goal. She's MVP. She's cheering all the other moms like all the stuff we do. The stuff you're doing now. It's so nice. Love the veil. Thank you. So what she has done is made this image, and to a certain extent, both of these people, Jason and Lucinda, the couple, the marriage that is at the core of this book, is in a lot more trouble than they know. And when this crisis comes along, they have to figure out if they're going to keep it together or they're going to fly apart. And it's very much at the core of this book. It's kind of the beating heart of this book because Jason, who is husband material, if there ever was one, I invented a guy that I want to marry. Unfortunately, he doesn't exist. So what are you going to do? But you kind of want them to succeed, but what sort of happens is they start to see the fissures that were in their marriage. Because I don't know, and I don't want to get into it because I want to bore you, but the truth is, when I look back and I see the mistakes I made, they were all there. And Jason has that to himself. He says to himself, you know, he saw at the beginning, he knew at the beginning what was a problem in the relationship. He just kept hoping that it would get better. You know that expression where men marry women hoping they'll, what is it? How's it go? Women marry men hoping they'll change, and men marry women hoping they won't. And there's a little of that happens in here. So that the fissures in this marriage were there from the beginning, and they don't go away. That stuff never goes away. It ain't going away. That's my advice. Keep your eyes open for the red flags, and don't be one yourself. Woohoo! End of my marital discussion. That's why it matters for tonight. That's why we're talking about it and what happens to the Bennetts. So I just wanted to bring that out. Another aspect of the book that, you know, as I said before, I always look at that great quote by Francis Ford Coppola, who directed The Godfather. And he said, nothing in my movies really happened, but all of it is true. When you write a book about marriage and you're divorced twice, you have to think back. And you have to plumb your own personal feelings. And you have to try to go, what did I do wrong? Answer nothing. I didn't do anything wrong. No, you know, but you have to go, what did I do wrong? What did I ignore? Why did I ignore it? And how can I use all of that life experience to make this couple, to flesh out their marriage and to make them feel real? And by the end, I felt like they were. So I hope you do too. So that's what happened to the Bennetts. That's why I'm wearing this dopey thing. And I guess I'll take it off. Oh, thank you, Jeannie. Woo! Okay, I love throwing things around. I don't know why. Now, I will move on because we have a few things to get to before we give out the prize. First, let me mention the newsletter. I just want to mention this again because I did such a bad job last week. Do sign up for it. You don't get it that often. I'm not all over your case. But you do get insider stuff, and you would have found out about the iPad thing sooner than anybody else. Also, tour events. I am doing virtual tour events, and they are all in the newsletter or on the website. And you can find them there. So please do sign up for it. Also, as you know, or as you might know, I write a humor column for the Philadelphia Inquirer. Now, I do that every Sunday. And I love doing it because I like to have fun, we like to have fun. And we need to have fun. We need to have fun. I'm going to try to bring some fun to your life every Sunday. If you sign up for a newsletter, you can click a thing where it gets delivered to you, of course, for free, because I know not everybody lives in Philadelphia and subscribes to the Inquirer. So do that because it's free and it's fun, and what do you get to lose? Now, we have to do a very cool thing. I wanted to, I don't know if you read the last column, but I got the books. I got the books. What this is not an actual, this is a copy. It's called, we call it ARC, Advanced Review Copy. This is like, it's got typos. It doesn't even have the dedication, which is to Francesca. And this is kind of weird. And so I thought that I would, so I wrote about how there's unboxing videos. And I have known to watch a few. But I wanted to do this live because it's really kind of a cool moment. And I wanted to share it with you guys because you guys, this doesn't happen without you guys. That I have this career that I love so much. I love writing. I love telling stories. And I love meeting with you guys and meeting you on tour. I wish I could go out again. We will next year because I know we'll be through this hell soon. But anyway, without further ado, I wanted to share this with you so we can see for the first time a copy of What Happened to the Bennetts. I just got mine. The book is coming out March 29th. They send them to the authors. I get a few free, and then I buy like 100 because I'm very proud of my book. And I like to give it away to my friends and stuff like this. So here we are. How great is this? Oh, my God. Wow. Okay, let me say, oh, man, that looks really kind of pretty. That's pretty. That's very pretty. Okay, now Lisa is crying over the book. That's great. Okay, well, it looks wonderful. There's the back, all these nice quotes by these people. And let's see what, I'll show you the dedication. Oh, a dark page inside, trying to make it look all scary. Very scary. There they are on the road, very scary. And, here's the dedication. It says, they're all for Francesca with lots of love. Sorry. And you saw her, how cute she was at my second wedding, and just so cute, and I'm so proud of her, and I'm so grateful. This is a really big deal to me. And I'm so grateful to all of you for supporting me book to book. I wrote Eternal Historical Fiction. You guys were there. I wrote Back in Domestic Thrillers. You guys are there. I love that you're pre-ordering it, and I appreciate it so much. So it's really pretty great to share this with you. The print looks good. I said to them, don't make the print too small. I hate when the print is small. Okay, calm down, Lisa. So here we are. What Happened to the Bennetts in the flesh. Kind of beautiful. The back is beautiful. This was a big night. I got married to my book. I really, really appreciate you being here. You're terribly, terribly kind. I appreciate your support. I'm grateful to each and every one of you for your good humor, for your kindness to me, for your open-heartedness. Thanks again for everything, for being here. And I hope I see you next week. Pre-order if you haven't already. And soon we'll all find out what happened to the Bennetts. Thanks again. Bye-bye.